Hello everyone, welcome to Edufy. Today we are here with the part 4 of learning history through MCQs. Now let us see what are the questions. The first question is, the term Varn mentioned in Rig Vedic society was initially based on birth, occupation, skin color only, religious status. So here the answer is B, occupation. See, when initially Varna system was introduced during the Vedic age, you will realize it was not based on the birth, it was more based on the occupation which you are following. So the answer here will be B. Later on it got corrupted, the Varna system, into caste system, present day caste system, which we see based on the birth. But however here it is B, occupation. Next question, which of the following texts deals mainly with the sacrificial rituals at ceremonies? A. Samhita, B. Brahmanas, C. Aryanas, D. Upanishad. These all are Vedic, part of Vedic literature. Here B. Brahmanas deals with the sacrificial rituals and ceremony. Next question, which Vedic god was considered the supreme deity in Rig Vedic pantheons? So it is god Indra. That is the most important deity or most important god considered during the early Vedic period, or you say during the overall Vedic period. Next is, which of the following pairs is correctly matched? Here the terms are mentioned and you have to see the meanings associated with the term and you have to select the correct match term. Sabha, village assembly; Samiti, popular assembly; Vidhata, judicial body; Gana, religious council. The answer here is B, Samiti, which is considered as a popular assembly. That is the group of people where the decision making is done with consensus. In the early Vedic period, the importance of Sabha and Samiti was very much. Next question, which practice became prominent during the later Vedic period? See, Vedic culture was divided into two parts, early Vedic and later Vedic. Early Vedic comes from 1500 BC to 1000 BC, and later Vedic starts from 1000 BC onwards to 600 BC. So now they are asking what are the characteristic feature of the later Vedic period. Here options are simple home rituals, it's not Homa, it's home; animal sacrifice decline; emergence of large scale sacrifices like Rajasuya; worship of nature gods only. The answer here is C, emergence of large scale sacrifices like Rajasuya. See, growth with the growth of Brahminical dominance and lot of Vedic literatures, the focus grew on the rituals, which has led to emergence of large scale rituals being performed by the kings, in which one is Rajasuya. So here answer is C. Next question, Rig Ved consists of how many mandalas? Mandalas means the parts. So Rig Ved consists of how many parts? The answer here is 10. Rig Ved consists of 10 parts. Next question, the term Nishka in Vedic text refers to weapon, land measure, gold ornament, unit of value, agricultural text. See, the term Nishka is referred to as the gold ornament or the gold unit of value. In that time, proper coin did not emerge, so there was evidence with respect to use of the gold ornament or gold as a unit of value, not very standardized unit of value, but yes, it was used, and that we call Nishkas. Next question, which of the following was not a feature of women's position in the early Vedic society? See, in the Vedic society, there is a difference between the position of women in the early Vedic as well as the later Vedic. That in the later Vedic period, we will see a decline in the status of the woman's position. Now the question here is, which is not the woman's position in the early Vedic? So it might be good. तो bad वाला हमें निकालना है इसमें. A, participation in the assembly; B, access to education, sati practice; D, composition of hymn. So women were taking part in almost all the activities, but sati at that time was not prevalent. Sati got prevalent after the early Vedic period, or you say in the later Vedic period. Next question, which sacred text provides the earliest reference to the four varnas together? So they are asking in which Veda there is a reference of all the four varnas, that is Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. So answer here is Rig Veda, Purusha Sukta. In Rig Veda, there is one part called Purusha Sukta. There all the varnas together are mentioned. What do you understand by Purusha Sukta? It tells that different ones emerge from the different parts of the body of the main Purusha. The shift, next question, the shift from Jana to Janpat signifies tribal warfare, nomadic to settled life, pastoral to forest economy, religious transformation. Here, see, you can understand the meaning. Jan to Janpad means increase in the population and increase in the area, and more elaborate kingdom type of coming of kingdom type of systems. So there you will find that nomadic to settled life will start emerging. Earlier man was leading a nomadic life where he was traveling from one place to another place to meet his daily requirements. However, in the Vedic society, we started to live a settled life, that is staying at one place in a human settlement or houses. So there was shift from Jan to Janpan as well as nomadic to settled life in the Vedic period. Next question, which Vedic term refers to king's duty to protect the people? See, in the Vedic period itself, we will see the increase in the role of the kings and the institution like king, okay, where the primary duty of king is to protect its people, and the term we refer to this duty is Rakshita. D. Next question, which of the following statements best describe the later Vedic polity? Later Vedic polity means the time period from 1000 to 600 BC. Highly democratized tribal chiefs, hereditary monarchy with the bureaucratic elements, absence of taxation, complete decline of the priestly class. Here the answer is B, hereditary monarchy with bureaucratic elements. So we will see beginning of the monarchical system of polity, where monarchical system means the head of the polity is a king, a monarch. Fine, and you will see it has emerged to become more hereditary position, means the king's son will become the next king. That is the meaning of hereditary monarchy. This system began during this time period only, that is later Vedic. Next question, the philosophical questioning of rituals began prominently in Samhita, Brahmanas, Aryanas, Upanishad. So Upanishads deals with the philosophical question of rituals. You should know what is there in each book, especially Vedic literature, very important. Next question is, which of the following Ved is mainly associated with melodies and chanting? So it is Samved. Samved deals with the music. Next, Rig Ved consists of how many hymns? It is 1028 hymns. Hymns means mantras. Philosophy of Shunyavad is associated with Ashwagosha, Nagarjun, Vasabandhu, or Asanga. The answer here is Nagarjun. Next question, which Ved contains charms, spells and magical formulas? The answer is Atharva Ved. Atharva Ved deals with the magics, spells and charms. Next, arrange the following Vedic text in correct chronological order, means you have to select the text in based on which text came earlier and which text came later. So 1 Samhita, 2 Brahmanas, 3 Aryanas, D Upanishad. This is the correct chronological order given, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4. The option is A. Next, which Buddhist text describes the previous birth of Buddha? So the Jataka stories deals with the previous lives of Buddha. Answer is C. Next question and the last question, which Upanishad considered contains the most famous Mahavakya, that is Tat Tvam Asi, and the answer here is Chandog Upanishad. And you have to remember one more Upanishad. The name of that Upanishad is Mundak Upanishad, which has the Mahavakya called Satyamev Jayate, which is inscribed on our national emblem also. So Mundak Upanishad and Chandok Upanishad, two important Upanishads are there. So I hope you like the series. Thank you very much.